Ladies and gentlemen, what's poppin'? I'm Sim,
I'm Mike.
and we are back on Off the Clock Sports, ladies and gentlemen. And I know for one, I got a gripe with ESPN because
Yeah,
their projections are trash,
they are tripping hard.
tripping super hard. Their NBA projections, that is, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. I don't
Uh,
know if it's an algorithm or they're using some kind of system. I tell you what, they're not using.
the brains.
Yes, common sense. They're not using common sense.
Right.
The dumbest projections I've seen.
There's a couple of them that are in line, but there's a ton of them that
Terrible
you're like,
projections, man.
what were they thinking about?
Right. Terrible projections. Take a look at this right here. All right. So their projections for overall wins and losses for the NBA season. You got the Boston Celtics. Okay, I get that.
I give them that.
Right? That makes sense. The Boston Celtics, the Milwaukee Bucks,
Give 'em
number
that.
2. That makes sense as well. Now they start getting a little funky. Right? You got the Philadelphia 76ers at the third best record in the league
In front of Denver,
in front of Denver,
Golden State,
Golden State, Phoenix.
even
Not feeling that.
even in front of Miami.
Miami
maybe
lost.
Miami,
They lost
yeah,
some
yeah,
guys.
yeah.
I get that a little bit. They lost some guys.
Right.
Right? You got Cleveland.
Sacramento.
Even Sacramento. Philadelphia might not be better than Sacramento. Sacramento might
Yeah.
have a good season.
Yeah.
But I can understand you having Philadelphia. Like that could go back and forth, I guess.
It could be
Right?
an argument.
They're not better than Denver.
They're not better
Cleveland's
than
not
Denver.
better than Denver.
Cleveland's not better.
They got Denver at 47 wins and 34 losses. Is there an
Three
injury
less
that I don't
losses.
know about?
I don't think so. I haven't seen one.
You know, the world champions.
They said y'all going to be the best
The
team
world
in the
champions.
season.
You know, you got Phoenix all the way down here at 43 wins.
I mean, they do have Denver number 1 in the West, I guess.
They're no, well, yeah, they have number, but they're way better than Cleveland. They're way better than Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I mean, I have Denver being.
You can put them at 1 or 2.
I actually have
Easy.
Denver repeating this year.
Yeah.
Right? I have Denver repeating. So I don't know. They're bugging out with. They're crazy.
Yeah.
ESPN.
Yeah, they tripping.
But, you know, we play into it because now we're doing a show talking about ESPN and their wild projections. Don't even let me get started about the Knicks. You know what I mean? 41 wins.
What they're calling them 500 seasons.
They're basically saying they're going to have a 500 season. You know.
Yeah.
But I'm used to that. They do it every single year. Right? Every single year they say the Knicks are going to be trash. Some years they're right. Obviously, last year they were wrong. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It's just, to me, these projections are terrible. Super duper terrible. Brooklyn's not better than the Knicks.
No.
Atlanta's not better than Phoenix. Sacramento's not better than Phoenix. Minnesota's not better than Phoenix.
Are they calling Phoenix trash or something? Like, because they way down the list.
So they're telling me the Phoenix Suns only going to get 43 wins this season?
That's crazy.
With Bradley Beal, with Kevin Durant, with Devin Booker?
I see them at least 50,
Come on,
51,
man.
52 wins at least.
Come on, man. The Clippers, the Clippers can't field a healthy team. Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, like, I don't want to go to a Clippers game ever because I might pay my money and
you're not going to
get to see those guys play.
They were the first ones to start crying about the whole the new rule.
Of course. Of course. You know what I'm saying? Terrible stuff by ESPN.
Yeah.
Terrible stuff by ESPN. But let's talk about some of these teams. You know, who do you project? Who do you see as being The best teams. Let's start with the Eastern Conference.
Eastern,
Yeah.
I think Milwaukee Bucks. I think they got it. It'll definitely be between Milwaukee and the Celtics.
Right.
That's gonna be. You know what? I feel like the Celtics might pull it out in the East as far as being finish the season out stronger than everybody else in the East, just because of who they've added.
Because they added Drew and they added. So this is
Yeah.
what I say about the Celtics. I mean, in the Eastern Conference right now, I would have them as the best team. Because of the addition of Drew Holiday. I thought when they traded Marcus Smart,
Mm-hmm.
they traded Robert Williams, Grant Williams. I thought they lost a lot of their edge. Right. Anybody that watches me on Nothing But Knicks knows I call them the gentrified Celtics now. Right. They were
Right.
gritty and grimy. Now they got a lot more polish with KP. They
Yeah.
lost the grit and the grind.
Yeah.
The gentrified version of the Boston Celtics. We'll see if that gentrified version can win basketball games. They're going to win basketball games.
Oh yeah.
Can they win? Can they take it to the championship? You know what I mean? But I thought the pickup of Drew Holiday gave them a lot of what they needed.
It did. It did.
Right? Gave them a lot. As far as the defense that Marcus Smart would bring to the table. The grittiness, the toughness that he would bring to the table, but he also brings leadership, more leadership
Yeah.
than Marcus Smart.
I think he's a slightly better player than Marcus Smart.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's even more than slightly. I mean, he made an All-Star team last year. I think it was. Yeah, last year. I think he's a 2-time All-Star.
Yeah.
Not sure Marcus Smart's ever made an All-Star team.
Not sure about that.
I don't think he did. So I think they definitely, but the addition of Drew Holiday really does elevate the Boston Celtics. I think they still need some toughness, like under the basket.
Yeah.
KP is, a little bit soft.
And who knows when he get hurt again? About 3 or 4 times again this season.
He'll sit out. He'll sit out and miss some games.
Oh yeah.
Al Horford is tough, but he's getting up there in age.
Yeah.
A little long in the tooth.
Wow. Wow.
I'm just saying, he's a little long in the tooth. You know what I mean? I love the dude, but he's a little long in the tooth.
I mean, it'll definitely be between the Bucks, Boston, but I guess the Bucks will have to prove that they can play together with your boy
With Dame.
With Dame.
Yeah.
So that's a slightly harder one. Dame is so used to being, and I think he can do it. It's just probably going to take a little bit of time, a little bit more time to kind of work into that role, because it's going to be a new role for him.
Right.
He's not going to have to carry the team.
Right. And then of course they have Chris Middleton over there. People are with so much news about Dame, and then him being paired with Giannis. People forget about Chris Middleton.
Right.
I'm saying that Chris Middleton is a baller.
He is.
He can hoop, and he does a lot as far as being able to
I mean, they got a solid team over there.
They got a solid team. I think, depth might be a little bit of an issue for them.
Yeah, bench.
They might be missing some depth, but maybe I don't know. Actually, no. You got Bobby Portis still. He's been there. They got Malik Beasley. That's a nice, got Malik Beasley. You still got Brook Lopez. They got Cameron Payne now. Right? Of course, Chris Middleton, Pat Connaughton. They got Robin Lopez. Obviously, they got Giannis. Got Giannis's brother, Jay Crowder. So they got some guys. They still got some depth on that team.
Yeah.
The Celtics actually miss some of the depth.
They are.
They're a little bit thin.
They got a nice starting 5, maybe 1 or 2 coming off the bench.
Yeah,
that's really about it.
They got I think one young guy, I forgot his name, coming off the bench, and then you got Peyton Pritchard, point guard, coming off the bench.
They don't have a solid second unit coming off the bench. Like, they can't just switch in 4 players.
No, they're
And
not going to switch it. Well, so the
yeah,
thing is, they're going to stagger.
yeah, they'll have
Always,
to.
yeah. There's always going to be either Jason Tatum's on the floor, Jaylen Brown's on the floor, or Drew Holiday's on the floor.
Right.
Always.
Right. They have no choice.
You know what I mean? It's always going to be like that. So, but they'll always be able to have 2, maybe 3 starters on the floor or starter level players on the floor, which definitely makes them, is going to keep them competitive with everyone or anyone, you know what I'm saying? But I think the Milwaukee Bucks have a little bit more depth than the Boston Celtics. Now, those are by consensus, the top 2 teams
in the East.
in the East.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you start going down the line, right? You got the Philadelphias and the Clevelands and the New York Knicks. You got Atlanta Hawks, Chicago Bulls, Brooklyn Nets, Toronto. You got a lot of teams that could be fighting to be the 3rd best team in the Eastern Conference. Right now, you would probably have to give it to Philadelphia. Right, being the 3rd best team right now.
Yeah.
James Harden isn't going to play.
No.
Okay, he didn't go to practice. He's in Houston. He's doing James Harden stuff.
Whatever he wants.
Whatever he wants, right? He's doing James Harden stuff. He's most likely not going to play. How much does that hurt Philly? I don't know, because Tyrese Maxey, I think, is ready to take another step. He took steps last season. He's ready to take another step and be, one of the leaders on that team. And then you got Tobias Harris. Of course, you got Joel Embiid, who Scuttlebutt says, according to Chris Broussard, he wants to be a New York Knick. We can get to that later, though.
Of course we will. Of course we will.
We'll get to that later, though, baby. I mean, he signed a deal with Skechers. Julius Randle's with Skechers.
There's other players in the league with Skechers.
One other player in the league with Skechers, Terrence Mann.
Exactly.
One other player. He might want to go to the Knicks too.
Oh, because they're Skechers.
You know what I'm saying? You might as well have the Sketcher crew together.
So, Skechers and Wildcats, huh?
There it is. Skechers and Wildcats. Skechers and Wildcats, baby. Hey, that sounds good. That sounds good. Skechers and Wildcats. Right?
I'm gonna go ahead and coin that phrase.
There you go. Coin it. You got the Villanova Wildcats. Kentucky, they're Wildcats too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see that? Skechers and Wildcats. Julius Randle with the Kentucky. Emmanuel Quickly with the Kentucky. You got the Villanova boys. Skechers and Wildcats. Skechers and Wildcats. That's what we're doing. I like it.
Oh, man.
I like it. But who do you see as being the 3rd best team in the Eastern Conference?
In the East? Whew. I may have to agree with you on the 76ers. Chicago might be. They might. I don't know.
I don't know about Chicago.
They're so quiet and sneaky over there. It's kind of hard to
they don't have no
gauge
money
them.
to do nothing.
Yeah, they didn't do anything this offseason.
They didn't have no money to do anything, right? When they had Lonzo Ball, they became a good, pretty good team. They won 50-something games that year. Obviously, Lonzo Ball's not playing this season.
Right.
They may or may not extend DeMar DeRozan. If they do not extend DeMar DeRozan, they're probably going to try to trade him by the trade deadline.
You think you're going to go to the Knicks too?
I think the Knicks are going to be interested. I'm serious. I'm just saying. I think the Knicks are going to be interested. I think he makes like $27 million. Right.
So
and
the
Knicks need a guy that can another ball handler, playmaker that could score. So he'd be a good fit. 6'7" type guy that could play some defense too.
Right.
He'd be a good fit. He doesn't really shoot threes, but I think he'd be a good fit next to Brunson, next to Randall and RJ. The Knicks would have to give up some young guys, a young guy or two. But I think that could be. I think the Knicks would be interested. The Knicks were actually interested in Drew Holiday. And I guess, when in negotiations, they were willing to give up Mitchell Robinson and who knows who else. Obviously, he went to the Boston Celtics, my worst nightmare. I didn't want him to go there, but he did.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So who's better? Philly, Cleveland, or the Nets. The Nets are
The
pretty
Nets,
young.
the Nets, they're a playing team.
You think they're another playing team?
They're a playing team, in my opinion. ESPN has no freaking clue what they're talking about. Brooklyn is not going to be better than the Knicks. They're not going to be better than the Knicks.
I don't know the way Washington smashed them.
That was preseason. Washington's going to be nowhere to be found.
I don't know. Poole over there.
They might
Poole
try.
over there, like
you know
he
what?
trying to prove that he a splash brother.
You know
still.
what? They might be able to sneak into the play-in though. Washington.
They might.
Right? Jordan Poole, Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you got Tyus Jones at the point guard spot. You know, they got the rookie Palau. You know what I mean? They might be able to sneak in there. They got some young players.
Jordan Poole got the stash. That might do everything for him.
Yeah, he looks like an old alcoholic with that mustache and all that. He looks like an old man, alcoholic. That's what he looks like. I'm not calling him an alcoholic, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just saying he looks like one. I don't think that he is. But I can see why he got smacked up by a Draymond Green, because he looks like the type of guy that talks a lot of garbage. He looks like
that old
dude.
Man voice.
Yeah, he looks like that dude. And Draymond was tired of it. Like, man, I'm gonna smack the.
Oh man.
Cleveland. I think Cleveland. Obviously they're going to be a good team. They're going to be another one of those teams fighting for another one of those teams fighting for that third spot. Now, according to ESPN, they're the fourth best team in the NBA.
I don't know about all that.
According to ESPN, they are. According to ESPN, they're going to get about 50 wins.
I think someone just started typing in team names. They got tired. This was a last-minute assignment about 2 a.m. and somebody didn't have their coffee, because if you put Cleveland as the number 4 team,
there's no way that Cleveland is the number 4, the best, the fourth best.
Get it out.
They got the top 4 teams in the league, all from the Eastern Conference. I don't believe in that either.
Yeah, and a Western Conference team number 5, which is the
reigning world champions, who are bringing everybody back.
Right.
Everybody. And then a team in the Phoenix Suns who have Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal.
Yeah. Down there, like 10th spot?
Come on, ESPN. Do better. Do better. But
13th spot. Sorry.
Yeah, do better. But Cleveland obviously is going to be a very good team this year, I think. They're going to be one of those teams battling for that third best spot in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
I really battling for that third spot. I really kind of see it being Cleveland, Philadelphia, and New York.
Oh, for the third spot, yeah.
Battling for that third spot.
I can see that.
Right, Cleveland, Philadelphia, and New York. Miami. Let me not forget Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me not forget. They'll be battling for that third spot too. So between those 4 teams, I think they'll be battling for that third spot.
Yeah, I think there'll probably be Miami. I think there'll probably be a low end battle for the third spot. If it gets a little out of control with Cleveland and New York, I think they'll run away with trying to get third spot.
Oh, Miami?
No, Cleveland and New York.
We're gonna see what happens with with James Harden, how that impacts Philadelphia. But I'm gonna tell you what, the Knicks are gathering as much intel as they can on the Cleveland Cavaliers, because I think they know they're going to be battling with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Oh, yes. They just signed 2 former Cleveland Cavaliers yesterday.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
2 of them. Brandon Goodwin, Mamadi Diakite. And over the summer, they signed Dylan Windler, who also played for Cleveland last year. So they got 3 Cleveland guys.
Did they all play for Kentucky or Villanova as well?
No. They didn't. They didn't. Right. But So they're gathering intel, and they're also probably still trying to get Donovan Mitchell.
Of
Because
course.
Donovan Mitchell is going to be a free agent at the end of this season.
And he's not re-signing.
Don't know yet. But I think a lot of people know that he wants to be a Knick. He thought he was going to be a Knick last season.
Right.
He thought he was going to. I mean, he spent the entire summer in New York, and I think his mind was set that I'm going to be a Knick. You know what I'm saying? I'm in New York. I'm doing my thing. You know, as soon as it's final, I'm going to get me a house, blase, bloom. If he don't already got one, obviously his family lives in New York, so he's good. You know, and, Cleveland, there's been a lot of talk that Cleveland is scared that he wants to.
So what does Cleveland do? Do they go in before the deadline, try to trade him maybe?
If I'm Cleveland, I find out from him, or do you want to re-sign with us, and are you seriously considering the Knicks? Be honest with us. If you want to go to New York,
let us know.
Let us know. We'll start talking with them and see if we can put together a deal by the trade deadline if you're not coming back. That's the way the NBA is.
Yeah.
Right? Why pussyfoot around and, hey, if you stay in Cleveland, we got a growing community. The economy's looking good. We're going to be a major city pretty soon. No, get out of here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just make it happen.
Exactly.
If you don't want to be there, just make it happen.
Yeah, because he's a free agent.
Yeah,
if he becomes a free agent, you don't get anything back for him.
Right, you lose him for nothing. So you might as well try to get something back.
Yeah.
Right, and most teams are not going to trade for him knowing that, if he has his heart set for New York, they're not going to trade for him and then give up assets and then he goes to New York.
Exactly.
That's not going to happen.
It's only going to be New York is going to be the only thing on the table at that point.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So we'll see.
And nobody wants to see that.
Nobody wants to see him go to New York?
Nope.
I do. I do. I bring it, let him come next to JB. Make it happen. Juan B, Mega, NYK, Quiet Money, all Knicks fans in the chat. Now what?
I see.
Where your Lakers fans at? Get out of here.
Oh, man.
Get out of here.
Thank you, Mega. Appreciate the shout.
Yeah, no doubt. Mega. But he's a Lakers fan. He's a Fakers fan. So he's a Fakers fan. He's a Fakers fan. Beyond that, I think that's the top 6 teams in the Eastern Conference, though.
All right.
Right. Boston, Milwaukee. I'm just gonna go ahead and say New York, Philadelphia, Cleveland, Miami. Top 6 teams in the Eastern Conference. Everything else, Atlanta is also.
Is Atlanta and Brooklyn probably going to fight for the play-in?
Atlanta, man, fighting for that play-in.
Or Toronto.
Maybe. I would say fighting for the play-in, Atlanta, Chicago, Toronto, Brooklyn, Charlotte. I think those are probably the teams fighting for the play-in. We'll see. I don't know. I mean, that play-in spot, because of the way it's set up, it can all the way go down. It can go down to like the 11th, 12th team, in the conference fighting for that position, because Indiana could be better this year. Washington, if Jordan Poole really does get off,
Jordan Poole has a stash.
If he has a breakout season, I guess you want to say,
right?
And Kyle Kuzma continues to do what he's doing, they can be, and you got kind of a leader in Tyus Jones. They might be competitive. They might be fighting for that play-in.
I think the Wizards,
they might be fighting.
They're going to be one of those teams that you're going to have to beat them. It's going to be a high-scoring game. There's going to be a lot of scoring in those games.
Yeah.
Because the coach wants them to shoot a crap load of threes this season.
Right.
And Jordan Poole probably loves it.
He is going to let it go.
Right.
He's going to let it go.
So it's going to be, scores are going to be above 100 points pretty much every game.
Oh, they better be in the NBA today.
I'm saying like it's probably going to be like 115 to 120 or something crazy.
Yeah.
There's no defense is going to be happening in those games.
but they're going to be able to score. And just watching them play the Knicks in the preseason game the other day, they have good ball movement and man movement.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Look at Juan B said he's a Lakers fan. He's a Fakers fan. He's a Fakers fan. You know, February 3rd, the Knicks versus the Lakers, ladies and gentlemen. We need to get all Knicks fans, all Lakers fans together. We get group tickets, go there and battle it out.
And look, Juan B over here making money off the Knicks. Probably off of them losing.
What you mean? What you mean? What he said? Respect to the Knicks, though. I've made bread last year off the Knicks. I mean, you must have bet for them. You must have bet on them winning. That's how you made money. He bet on them winning. There you go, Juan.
Oh man.
There you go, Juan. Now let's go to the Western Conference.
Hold on, I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
San Antonio. They have them dead last. Do you think that's?
Yeah, I think that's accurate.
You think that you think they're only going to win less than 25 games this season?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be good. They're basically starting over.
I don't think they're going to be good,
scratch.
but I don't think they're going to be the bottom of the barrel.
Who else? Who are they going to be better than? Look who's down there at the bottom: Detroit, Portland, Charlotte,
Detroit,
the Wizards, Houston. They're not going to be better than Detroit. Detroit, they got some young guys who are at least building some chemistry. They're starting from scratch with Victor Wembanyama. Starting from scratch.
But he out there, 7-foot point guard.
Yeah, I see him. He's out there. He's hoping.
Yeah.
But he's got to get beat up a little bit first, I think. Yeah. Get knocked around, get a little stronger. But they got Pop over there. They won't be down there for long.
No, they won't be down there.
And they got a good front office that understands how to make moves, knows how to make things happen. I don't think they'll be down there for long.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think
about 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years, 3 years, something like that. Right? They'll be, moving up. But in the West, I still think the number one team is Denver. Bottom line, I think that I still kind of have Denver winning it this season. I think the chemistry is going to be off the hook. Right? Obviously people are going to be hunting for Denver. Right? And trying to take them out. But I think they're going to be nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mega. Oh, Quiet Money. Oh, he was talking to Mega. Never mind. I thought he was talking to us. So I got Denver. Who do you got number 2? Phoenix?
I'm gonna have to say I'm gonna have to go with Golden State.
Golden State?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go say Golden State. I think they still got one more season in them to be up there at the top.
2?
At 2. They just ball too hard.
They do, but
they score way too many points.
Okay.
I mean, now when they play Phoenix, that might be their match.
I mean, Phoenix, the thing with Phoenix, the depth issue is going to come in a little bit. The beginning of the season, they're going to have to figure some things out.
Oh, yeah.
Right? With Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, they got to figure out how does this work.
Somebody's going to have to become an assist leader over there.
They also got Nurkic now because they traded DeAndre Ayton. So now they got Yusuf Nurkic.
Right.
And he's going to fit in well with them. To have a post presence. He can go out on the perimeter a little bit. He's got to stay healthy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How much defense are they going to be playing in Cleveland? I mean, in Phoenix? I don't know. But offensively, how do you stop that group?
I mean, Durant's a good defender.
Hey, he's okay.
I think he might be the only defender over there, but
he's okay. Devin Booker's okay. They're all okay, but I don't know.
Bill's not.
They're okay, but I don't see them having defensive guys that's just going to get after you.
No.
Maybe because they can spread the wealth offensively now, maybe they can give a little bit more energy on the defensive side. But KD is ancient. You know what I mean? So you
Yeah,
can't expect that much. Booker and Bradley Beal still pretty young.
true.
Well, Bradley Beal's what, 30, 29, 30?
I think he's like
And,
29.
and Devin
I'm
Booker
not
is
sure.
like 26,
Yeah, he's
27,
he's
something like
younger.
that. You know, um, I don't know.
I don't know. I still like Golden State. You know, they still got their whole team. Their chemistry is going to be there.
Yeah, and they got Chris Paul
Yeah, they got
now.
Chris Paul.
You
Is
know,
he starting? I don't think he's starting, is he?
I don't know. I don't know. I haven't seen any preseason games to know
Yeah,
what it's going to look like.
I
I
haven't
think he
either.
might still. I think he might start next to Steph, though.
Oh, okay.
We'll see. I mean, I'm not sure, but yeah, they're ancient too.
Yeah, that's why I said I
They're
think they
some
got
old
one.
guys.
That's why I say I think they got one more year to
They're gonna
to
make.
stay up
Yeah,
there
they're
at
gonna
the
make
top.
that push. They're
Yeah,
gonna make that push.
they won another championship, and I think they won it.
Yeah.
This is probably their year to get it if they want one more.
Okay, man. Okay, it's gonna be tough because the Denver they got some. I mean, the Western Conference got some firepower.
Yeah, they do. Western
Denver,
Conference is gonna be
Phoenix,
nasty.
Golden State, the Fakers. What you thinking about those Fakers, man? LeBron
Uh,
just became the oldest player in the NBA.
Lakers. I see them probably at probably top, probably number 4 or 5 in the West.
Okay,
I don't see them
I
as a
can see
play-in
that.
team this season. I see them making it, getting
I mean, they
past
made
that.
the Western Conference Finals last year.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? And they bring back a good portion of their team.
They had a nice all season though. They had a really nice. They picked up a lot of players.
They picked up Gabe Vincent. They got Christian Wood. Those are two nice pickups right there.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Gabe Vincent. I mean, for Christian Wood, he's got some things to prove, but that's a really good fit for him. Gabe Vincent, he just came off of being in the finals from Miami. He's a nice role player for him. They picked up Cam Reddish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cam Reddish is trying to prove to the league, man, that he can be something in the league. He's got all the talent. He don't got the heart. He don't got the heart.
Hey, who knows? Being on the Lakers, he might have grow one.
I don't think so. I don't think so. He's the 10 man.
Oh man.
He's the 10 man. I love the talent that he has.
Right.
But I'm gonna tell you the one thing that scared me when he played for the Knicks. Right. One thing he said in an interview is, he was like, I'm good. He said, I play in the NBA. I make money. I've made a good amount of money. Blah blah blah. I'm good. That scared me because I'm like, damn. So basically, you saying whatever happens, happens. I don't care. I'm like, my life is good, and I get that. I understand on a grand scale, he's correct. But your teammates want to hear, I want to be the best. I want to be this. I want to do that. I want to be a dog out there. They don't want to hear, I'm good. I got my money. I'm good. I'm too cool for school. I'm good.
Right. Right.
They don't want to hear that.
They don't want to hear that.
You know what I'm saying? They want to hear, yeah, I'm ready to go get it and make something happen.
Right.
You know what I mean? I just don't think he has the heart. He's the 10 man.
I mean, now he's on a true contender right now. So
I don't know about true. You stretching it. You reaching. I don't know. I don't know about true contender. You reaching.
I mean, they are a contender. They are a contender.
A contender for what? The 4th spot?
They could be one of the teams that could actually knock off Denver. They could be.
I don't see
because if it goes down to it, it would probably be Denver and LA playing for that spot. I mean,
I guess it
not
could.
playing for that spot, but
It's hard for me to see them getting past Phoenix or Denver. I think they could probably beat Golden State.
Who?
LA.
Yeah.
Like if they played them in the playoffs or something like that.
Can Phoenix beat Golden State?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, listen, Golden State, they've been able to surprise a lot of people, and bounce back and do those type of things. So, I wouldn't put anything past Golden State.
Right.
Kind of like Miami in the East. Not the same style of play, but just always there, always
Right.
around. You can't put nothing past them. You
Right.
can't count them out. You know what I mean? Let me see who else in the Western Conference. What about the Mavericks? I feel like
Yeah.
it's going to be a lot of dysfunction over there.
It's going to
Still,
be, it's too much dysfunction over there. I don't think they have
know,
everything worked out over
nah,
there. They got too many issues happening.
yeah. I don't see that. I don't know. I don't like the fit over there.
Oh, Mega say I'm reaching.
Yeah,
What was
yeah.
I reaching? Oh, with
when
LA.
you said that, when you said they were contenders.
They contenders. They're going to be in the playoffs. They're going to be. Oh,
Reaching, you reaching.
But we ain't reaching with New York Knicks being in contenders.
I didn't say there was a contender. I said they're the third best. I said, they're one of the teams fighting for the third best in the East. I didn't say they was contenders. The Lakers, contenders, you reaching hard.
They're more contenders than New York.
You reaching hard. You reach hard. You like Plastic Man. That's all I'm saying. You like Plastic Man. You reaching.
Man.
Juan B said, let the other guys do their job. AD does his job and take that step. Lakers, a contender, but again, a lot of factors like any other team, some closer than others. A lot of factors for the Lakers. A lot of factors.
But
what?
You know what you're talking about.
They're not contenders. I don't see him as contenders. I can't see him as a contender over Denver. No, I can't see them beating Denver.
Oh,
I don't see them beating.
You know what, Mega?
Phoenix. I don't see it. Exactly. Reaching like a mug.
Oh, you really?
Reaching like a bug. Reaching like a mug. Let me see. Who else? The Clippers. I don't see anything going on with the Clippers.
No, they're not going anywhere.
I don't see anything going on with the Clippers. The Clippers are like, it's like they got a hex.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, I look at the Clippers, not just because like you got the Lakers and the Knicks, and then you got the Clippers and the Nets, but just in the way that things have gone for them throughout history. Like the Clippers and the Nets, they're the same team, but on the opposite side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the Clippers, they end up getting all these players and they can't get over the top. Same thing with Brooklyn, right? They got Paul Pierce and all them guys. Paul Pierce, Kevin Durant, Kevin Garnett.
And couldn't do it.
Right? Darren Williams.
Yeah.
And it blew up on them. They was too old.
Yeah.
Right? KD, Kyrie, James Harden. Explosion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Same thing happens with the Clippers.
Same
right?
exact thing.
They had Chris Paul and Blake Griffin and all them guys over there, Lob City and all of that. They couldn't get over the top. Right? And then, you turn around and you got Paul George, you got Kawhi Leonard. They, walk around with ace bandages on and can't get on the court.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're not going anywhere.
Yeah, I just can't. I just don't see it with the Clippers. You know what I mean? I just can't see the Clippers. I don't know. I just don't see it with the Clippers.
No, I don't see it either.
They'll be competitive and have a decent team, but and they'll be tough.
They'll have a good season.
Yeah,
they just won't go nowhere.
I don't see they're gonna go anywhere.
They'll get stuck in neutral.
Yeah, that's what I think too. What about Sacramento?
I kind of like Sacramento. They're a sneaky team. They kind of caught me off guard last season.
Caught everybody off guard last season.
It was like, hold on, what Sacramento's in the playoffs? Like,
right?
How?
Yeah, caught everybody off guard last season. I think that they did a good job putting together the roster. Without people even knowing or thinking, or paying attention to them.
Right.
Right. They just kept putting pieces together. When they traded Tyrese Halliburton, right? It was Tyrese Halliburton. When they traded him to Indiana, a lot of people were like, "Yo, what are they doing? They're
Right.
bugging out." Right? But they brought back Domantas Sabonis. All right. They stuck with De'Aaron Fox. They got Harrison Barnes, who's a smart veteran, tough defender,
Mm-hmm.
can shoot the ball. Right? Like they brought together a nice team. How far can they take it? I don't know. De'Aaron Fox is, an all-star guard. Domantas Sabonis is an all-star power forward. Um, all NBA, I think Domantas Sabonis is,
Okay.
right? How far can they actually take it though? I don't know. We'll see if they can take another step forward this year.
I think they'll do better than the Clippers, but I don't think I see them knocking anybody off from the top.
I don't see it. No, that the top, they got some firepower up at the
Yeah.
top.
Yeah.
A lot of firepower up at the top. It's hard for me to see.
Hold on. Go back to the comments. What did he say?
Who? About James Harden looking to
Yeah.
join the Clippers. But for the wealthiest owner. I mean, listen, even if James Harden joins the Clippers, it's just going to bring more junk.
Yeah.
The perfect guy to join that team was probably, guys. Drew Holiday would have been a really good fit because they need a guard. Chris
Yeah.
Paul might have been a good fit, but obviously, that was a trade. Well, Drew Holiday was a trade scenario too, but like those guys would have been a good fit for the Clippers.
Yeah, they would have. But what would they have had to get rid of to get them?
Yeah, I don't know.
So,
I don't know. But if James Harden joins the Clippers, it's gonna be a fiasco. I ain't it's gonna be a whole fiasco.
As usual.
It's gonna be a whole thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Be a whole thing. What about Minnesota?
They're
Anthony Edwards.
they're always one of those sneaky teams too that kind of sneak in, and you're like, they're not even a play-in team. They just get in there like at the number six spot.
Like Minnesota is like, they thought they were making a big splash, doing something really big when we made this monster trade for Rudy Gobert. He solidifies the 5 spot. Now we got a defender back there. Boom, boom, boom. And it was garbage last. There wasn't garbage, but
right.
It didn't go where they thought it was going to go. Now, when you look at this year, though, Anthony Edwards should be getting better.
Should be.
Right? Anthony Edwards is freaking good.
Yeah, yeah.
I want him on the Knicks. I ain't lying to you.
Who do you not want on the Knicks? Besides
a
Harden?
lot of people. James Harden, right. I want that kid on the Knicks.
Yeah, everybody wants him.
I'm not going to lie to you. If I had to choose between Anthony Edwards and Donovan Mitchell, I'm choosing Anthony Edwards. I'm choosing Anthony Edwards. He's a better defender. He's 6'5", 6'6" instead of 6'4". He's nasty. He's only like 21, 22 years old.
Can he score like?
Yeah. The kid is a monster.
Mitchell's a
scoring
machine.
No doubt. But he don't play defense like Anthony Edwards can play defense. Anthony Edwards is a monster. 3-4 years, he's going to be the best player in the league, I think. I really think that. That kid is a monster.
What about Morant?
Ja Morant got to get his life together first. Let Ja Morant get his life together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To me, Anthony Edwards is going to be, that kid's going to be a star, man. I mean, he's already a star. He's going to be a super duper star, I think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Can see it.
He's I want him on the Knicks.
Right.
Nobody cares about Minnesota.
No.
Nobody cares about them. You know what I'm saying? They're kind of like the I don't want to diss the Wizards, but I'm gonna diss them. They're kind of like the Wizards of the West
Conference. Yeah.
Like they got, sometimes they have nice uniforms, but most of the time they got like whack colors. The Wizards got whack colors. They got a better name than the Wizards, though, the Wolves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The Wizards just got the worst name in the league. In my opinion. The worst name.
Oh.
Bro, look at these colors. I like brown, but not for a basketball team. Brown and teal.
I think that's gold, isn't it?
Man, that's not gold.
That's like bronze.
That's not gold.
Maybe it's bronze.
The Lakers wear purple and gold. That is not gold. That's
a different shade of gold.
diarrhea gold.
Wow.
That's what diarrhea gold.
He called it crappy
Come
gold.
on, man. What is this? Now, I think this is old. I don't think they rock with this anymore.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think they rock with that anymore. But even if they need to just go back to being the Washington Bullets.
I mean, I think they got rid of the Bullets. I think
better.
they got rid of the Bullets because they say the name Bullets.
I mean, at the time, DC was like the murder capital of the nation and all of that stuff. So
everything, crime capital, robbery capital.
Everything. When I moved to this area, I was like, what did I get into? You know, Baltimore and DC, top 5 in HIV, top 5 in murders. You know, I was like, what the heck is going on? Then this DC Sniper came out, and then Anthrax. I was like, where did I move to? I was like, I might need to get out of here.
Welcome to our nation's capital.
For real, right. Welcome to the nation's capital. Might need to get up out this joint. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Minnesota. No reason to have Anthony Edwards in Minnesota. That's a loss for the league. It's a loss for the league. He needs to be in some place, you know, that gives him that machine behind him. That gives him some. It's a loss for the league with him.
How many more years do we have over there? Do we know?
I'm not sure. I think I'm not sure. I think he just redid his rookie contract. Or, you know, extended. Yeah, he just
did he
just got an extension on his rookie contract.
What, like 3 years?
Probably something like that. I'm gonna tell you right now. But you know, Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns, they have talent.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I think they do have some ability to be a good team. I just don't know if they have enough to get over the hump with the powerhouses that they have out there. Right? I don't know if they have the scoring. They should be a decent defensive team. I don't know if they have the scoring to get past the Denvers, the Phoenixes, even the Golden State guys. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see it. Actually, Anthony Edwards makes $13.5 million this season. Listen, he's going to get an extension. I thought he already had his extension. I need to look at this. Might be this is hoops hype. This might be wrong.
Karl Anthony Towns ain't going nowhere for a while.
I mean, he's there.
I'm just looking at his.
I know
how long. 64 million. Goodness.
But he could get traded.
Somebody's gonna have to give up a lot.
Yeah, or you know, they might have to give up players, but depending on, I mean, they're gonna have to give up draft picks for him too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Let me see. Yeah, see, that's what I thought. The Timberwolves and All-Star Anthony Edwards agree to a 5-year contract extension that could reach $260 million. Yep. Yep. And listen, last season he averaged 24.6 points per game, 5.8 rebounds, and 4.4 assists.
Yeah,
he's on his
balling.
Way. He's on his way. He's on his way. He needs to have that New York across his chest. He really does. You know what I'm saying? That'd be the ultimate. Come to New York, throw some Skechers on your feet. You know what I'm saying? Make it happen. Make it happen.
These damn Skechers, boy, I swear.
Throw the Skechers on your feet and make it happen. You know what I mean?
I don't see you with Skechers yet. You gonna get them?
As soon as I'm gonna give me a pair. They got. I don't want the green ones. No, I want them to be orange, or blue. Then I'm gonna get them. You know.
All right. Give me some.
Not that many people's gonna be buying them, so I'll probably wait till they come to Ross or Burlington or Marshalls. Then I'll get them. You know what I'm saying? I'll wait till they get there.
I'm sure they're not going to be like $200 pair of shoes.
Huh? Now they're gonna be one something.
Yeah, probably 110, 115.
Not that many people's gonna buy them, so you'll get a few stranded pair in some of those
You're really only going to
discount
get those
stores.
team fans who are going to buy those, really.
Yeah, because
So,
Julius Randle's not that big of he's not like that kind of a star
like a
where people are like,
superstar.
oh, let me go get, he's not that. Now Joel Embiid, that
Yeah.
that might make a difference. That might make a difference. Um, Let me see, Minnesota. What about Memphis? You brought up Ja Morant when we were talking about Anthony Edwards. What about Memphis? When does Ja come back?
I don't know.
I forgot what the suspension was for Ja.
I think he's allowed to be around the team, but he can't play for. I can't remember how long his suspension is.
Let's see. Morant will
Whew.
miss the first 25 games of the season and is expected to return for Memphis on December the 19th versus New Orleans.
Whew. That's a long time.
So now they've got to try to stay afloat. They're going to stay afloat. They got talent, right?
Yeah.
Marcus Smart is there. Derrick Rose, I don't know if he's actually going to be backing up Marcus Smart or if he's going to be I don't know if he's going to be backing up Marcus Smart or if he's just going to be at the end of the bench. I know in preseason when Marcus Smart wasn't playing, he did start. Right? Derrick Rose, if they can find just a little bit of the guy still got life in him. He still can play. He didn't play with the Knicks last season, but he still can play. You need him 25 games. You need 25 games of very, very good production from Derrick Rose until Ja Morant comes back to the league. Right. And then Memphis, we'll see what Memphis is from then. Of course, they lost what's his dude? Dylan Brooks.
Yeah.
Right. He was one of their key defensive guys, a lot of mouth. There's a whole, for a guy who's, just okay, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of talking, but we'll see what he does over there in Houston. I think for Canada, though, he had a big night one of
He
those
did.
games, like 35 points or something crazy.
He did. He had a really good night.
Yeah, but yeah, I wouldn't expect that every night from him.
No. That's a negative, sir.
Yeah, so I mean, where do you see Memphis? I think they're top six.
I'm looking at their schedule at the beginning of the season.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty tough schedule.
Who they play?
They play New Orleans, Denver, Washington, Dallas. I don't know. When does he come back? The 25th?
The
19th,
19th.
I mean?
The 19th.
Then they got Dallas, Phoenix, Dallas again, Houston, OKC. That's a tough schedule.
Yeah.
That's a lot of that might be a lot of L's.
But they're a tough team, though.
They're a tough team.
They're a tough team.
I mean,
they
can probably overcome OKC. They'll get those games.
They're going to beat OKC.
Yeah.
They should beat the Wizards.
And they may, well, yeah.
I think they should beat the Wizards.
Houston?
I think they should beat Houston.
They're not going to beat Dallas. I don't think they beat Dallas.
I don't know. Dallas,
they got a lot of dysfunction, but
I don't believe in Dallas right now. And, they're still a good, even without Ja Morant last year, they had a good record.
They actually did, yeah.
Yeah,
but
they got a tough defense. And now they got Marcus Smart at point guard.
Oh, yeah.
So
I don't see them beating Phoenix.
Probably not. Unless they're catching them early because Phoenix is a little, don't know what's going on yet. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Utah?
Yeah, they should be Utah.
Minnesota?
I don't know. That's a battle.
Yeah.
That's a battle.
That's a battle. They're not beating Boston. They'll beat San Antonio.
They should. They better wipe them up.
Right. They're not going to beat LA, Lakers. I don't know if they beat the Clippers.
I don't know. I mean, the Clippers, like we said, the Clippers are going to be a tough matchup.
Yeah.
For everybody in the league.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah.
I think they go They probably go maybe 500.
I think they can stay 500. You know, it
Yeah.
could be 12 and 13 by the time he comes back, or 14 and 11, or somewhere around there. I
They'd be
think they
about
can be.
500, give or take a game or
And
two.
then he can come in and I think they end up being one of the top 6 teams in the Western Conference.
I just wonder if Morant going to be Morant of the past year or two in the style of basketball play.
I think so. I think he's gonna come. I think he's gonna come back with it. I hope he comes back quiet and not like talking and this and that. Just keep your head down, stay focused, and do work on the court.
Let his game talk for him.
Exactly. Because if he does that, then I think people will slowly forget about the other stuff.
Oh yeah,
and he can reclaim reclaim where he was when he left, when he went out.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, look at Latrell Sprewell. This dude choked out his coach. Right? And then came back with an and one commercial getting his hair braided. You know what I'm saying? Like, came back like, I'm still hood. What?
I don't think anybody can come
I'm
back
still
like he
hood.
did, because
I choked my coach, went out the league, came back to the Knicks, and I'm still what? Anybody can come back if you do it right.
Yeah.
So if he keeps his head down, just plays ball, I think, he can get back. And then the battle is going to be who's going to be that next guy that takes it forward, Anthony Edwards or John Morant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hopefully Anthony Edwards does it in the Knicks uniform eventually.
You don't want John Morant?
Nah.
Dang.
I want Anthony Edwards. I like Ja. I like Ja Morant, but Ja's small. This is my this is just I like everything that he does, right?
He plays big though.
I mean, he plays above the rim.
That's true.
Plays above the rim. One day he won't be able to play above the rim.
In that type of fashion, you're saying.
Right. He won't be able to play above the rim. And when that day comes, is he going to be able to manipulate the game like a Jalen Brunson does?
Do you think he was? You remember when Blake Griffin first came in the league? He was above the rim all the time, and then when he wasn't able to play like that anymore,
he wasn't. Exactly.
He disappeared.
I don't know if he's going to be like that, but that's what I'm afraid of. I look at Allen Iverson, right? Allen Iverson was, he played with a lot of heart, speed, and all of that. But when he got older, he didn't have the other parts of the game, those fundamental craftiness part of the game and he kind of blackballed himself from the league, because he didn't want to come off the bench and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But it became hard because his whole entire game, he relied on speed and athleticism. And John Morant, right now he relies on that too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where I think Anthony Edwards,
he just got a complete all-around game.
He's got the speed and he can jump and he can do all of those things, but he can also body you up.
Yeah.
Right. And he's got the type of body that I think, eventually one day he's going to be posting, he'll be posting up smaller guards, boom, boom, backing them down, fadeaways and stuff like that.
Right.
It's going to make his career go longer. You know what I mean? So yeah, I would take Anthony Edwards. It's my guy. I like Anthony Edwards. I'm a big fan.
I can take that.
The Ant-Man. I'm a big fan. I'm a huge fan of the kid. Let me see. In the Western Conference, who else are we talking about? Portland, trash.
Pelicans?
Houston. Oh, the Pelicans. There you go. The Pelicans. The Pelicans, it's crazy. They have, with CJ McCollum, Zion Williamson, and Brandon Ingram.
Mm-hmm.
They got a 3-headed monster over there. The thing is, Zion can't stay on the floor.
He hasn't played a complete season yet. Not even close.
Not even close.
I think he still hasn't played a whole complete season worth of games in the years he's been there, right?
Spending too much time with Mariah Mills. Too much time with Mariah Mills.
Oh man.
Instead of getting healthy,
Did you just throw that back out
so
into
he
the
get on the
universe?
court.
Now everybody's gonna start talking about that again.
You know what I mean?
Now we gotta hear about this.
You know,
crap.
instead of getting healthy, working out, being in shape, boom, boom, boom. You know, he's bunned up. Literally.
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally and figuratively.
Sorry,
He's
Zion.
bunned up.
It was your own doing.
Yeah, it was his own doing. You know what I mean? So, I mean, hopefully he's focused.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Listen, he's young, comes from a small town, went to a small school. You know what I mean? His nose got open. It happens.
He went from exploding out of his shoes to,
Ex-
exploding everywhere else.
I ain't gonna go with that one. I don't know. I don't know. But small town kid, small school, because he didn't go to one of these major schools. He went to some bum school.
You talking about high school?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Obviously he made him good.
Mm-hmm.
So when he got out there in the real world, he was probably like eyes wide open.
I mean, he went to Duke. I mean, that's a huge school.
Man, he went there for a year. And listen, you can bet your bottom dollar they sheltered that kid. Like,
yeah.
We ain't letting him do nothing.
Yeah, 22 security guards, 24/7.
You know what I'm saying? So now he's out in the world. He got money. Hopefully he's like, all right, I experienced some things now. Now I can really focus on my career.
Right.
Because if he's healthy and playing, I mean, that definitely changes the game for them, because when he was playing healthy last year, there was like a top 14.
Oh, right.
You know what I'm saying? When he was out there. So I don't know if they get there again. Brandon Ingram. I think Brandon Ingram hurt his stock a little bit when he played for Team USA. Was complaining about his role. He didn't have a good summer with Team USA. But in the NBA, he's a beast. CJ McCollum, hopefully, is a leader with them guys. You know what I mean? They can be something to be reckoned with over there.
Yeah.
They can be something to be reckoned with. Just keep Mariah out the stands and maybe they'd be good. They might be all right. You know what I mean?
Like I said, don't sleep on OKC.
I'm sleeping on them. I'm snoring on them.
Yeah.
I mean, they got SGA though. He's an all. I'm gonna say this though with SGA, for him to be an All NBA player on a team like OKC, like that's pretty good. To make, because most of the time when a player is All NBA, like their team is good.
Right.
So to be All NBA and your team is not good, that's tough. I don't know that he's staying in OKC though.
Unless they really start bringing in some players.
Who was their big guy? I forgot his name, but he was hurt last year. Yeah, he's good. He was a rookie, not last year, I think the year before. So I mean, they have some pieces. They have some talent, a little bit of talent. I'm still snoring on them a little bit.
Yeah. I'm not awake on them yet.
Yeah, until we see what's going on. I'm snoring on them, but we'll see. I don't think SGA is another guy that he's in OKC. Are they going to get anybody to pair with him? I don't know. Like, back, they had KD and Russell Westbrook, they drafted well.
Yeah.
They drafted well and got those guys in. You know what I'm saying? So they became a really strong team, and everybody, they were small market but popular.
Right.
Can they do it again? I don't know. I think eventually he's going to end up leaving OKC. He's going to want out of there.
Yeah, I would.
You know what I mean? I could see him going to Miami. You know what I mean? And flourishing in Miami.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Miami. Brooklyn might try to snatch him up.
I could see him going to a Brooklyn too.
Yeah.
Like I could see him being he goes to Brooklyn and he's paired with Mikal Bridges, and that could be tough.
Yeah.
That could be tough. He'll be a little brother.
Yeah, definitely.
The Brooklyn Nets are the little brothers of the Knicks. He'll be a little brother. I could see him going to the Knicks too. If he played with the Knicks, he'd be slotted in where Quentin Grimes is. RJ at the 3, he'd be at the 2. That I think that would work there as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't see it happening this year,
No.
but I just in the future, I don't think he stays there. I mean, I don't think he stays there. Any surprise teams, either conference? Any surprise teams?
In the East, the only team I could see a surprise, maybe Atlanta.
Yeah, Chet Holmgren. That's who it was for OKC. Couldn't think of his name. Chet Holmgren.
Oh,
Yeah.
The one that was injured.
Yeah,
Rookie.
he's
Okay.
good. He's good. He's nice. He can hoop. Yeah. Honestly, a team that could catch people by surprise, like I said earlier, the Wizards.
Yeah. Yeah, they could.
If Jordan Poole does his thing, and ladies and gentlemen, Mike is starting nothing but Wiz. All right, we got, who knows? We might end up having a nothing but every team.
Hey, let's do it.
We start on, number 2 is the Wizards, nothing but the Wiz. You know what I mean? So be on the lookout for that.
Yeah.
Be on, he's a Lakers fan, but he's doing, but we won't go there.
Hey,
we won't go there.
I grew up here, so they are a team that I watch.
They have no social media. They don't have any social media content creators. So they got like one. They got Locked On Wiz.
Yeah, and somebody,
and maybe
like
someone else. So my man is about to step in and take over the whole content creation for the Wizards.
Yeah.
He's about to step in. You know what I
mean? This mega dude need.
Mike is all sorts of backwards. hey, you ain't lying, Mega. You're not lying. He's a Lakers fan, but he's about to do a thing for the Wizards.
He can't do nothing with the Lakers social media because it's like a billion of them.
I mean, it's a billion of them.
It's a billion of them
with the Knicks, too.
It's more than the Knicks.
I don't know about that.
It's probably more. It's probably more content people with Lakers.
No,
you type that joint in. It's just
the Knicks got mad content creators. It's crazy. But the Lakers got a lot too. Lakers Nation is probably the biggest.
Yeah,
right. Probably the biggest.
It's a lot. And they're always on. They always talking about something. I'm like, God,
I know.
Can I get a chance up in here?
Right. So instead of jumping in with the Lakers, he's gonna do the Wizards. The Wizards. With the Wizards with the diarrhea gold colors. Diarrhea gold and teal.
It's bronze. It's bronze.
Not bronze. It's diarrhea gold. And teal. What is that?
Oh man.
What is that? Man. But I do think the Wizards could be a sleeper team in the East, though.
They could be.
If Jordan Poole has a breakout season, Kyle Kuzma plays well, Tyus Jones, kind of leads the charge. You got the sniper dude, the white kid that can shoot.
Oh yeah.
Can't think of his name right now, but he'll
the one that's lit y'all up. Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about Muscala.
Oh,
that was Muscala is not doing that every night.
I don't know, but he did it against y'all.
He did it because Julius Randle had his nuts in his face. That's why he did it. I'm talking about Corey Kispert.
Oh, okay.
That's why he did it. He was mad that Randle had on Skechers and dunked on him. So he had let me shoot it. Let me knock down a couple of threes. Mike Muscala, he'll have a couple of nights.
He knocked down 5 threes.
Yeah, he'll have a couple of nights, but that ain't going. I wouldn't expect that from him every night.
Nah, I wouldn't either. But hey,
yeah,
if you got it, you
expect that every night. You know what I mean? But they got some shooters though.
Who's that? Wizards?
The Wizards. They got some shooters. Defense. We'll see what they're gonna do. I don't know about them defensively, but you know what I mean. I think they could be a sleeper team in the East.
Yeah. West? Yeah. Out in West?
And
thank you, Mega. I will.
Who could be a sleeper team out in the West? Sheesh. The Pacers could be a sleeper team in the East too. Now they got
was
Tyrese
gonna say
Halliburton
that.
with Obi over there.
I was going to say the Pacers because
Yeah,
they are. I feel like they just this all season they've been real quiet and kind of to themselves this season.
yeah. I mean, because the only splash they could make was Obi.
Yeah.
But he should be a nice fit with Tyrese Halliburton. In the West, a sleeper team, New Orleans might be a sleeper team. I don't really
What's
have
crazy
a
to say is
lot of
Dallas
faith.
could be.
I just don't have a
They
lot of
may have
faith
learned
in
their
them.
lesson about trying to tank.
Listen, you got Kyrie over there. It's gonna be a problem. There's gonna be problems.
You're gonna show some more videos.
It's gonna be problems, man, with Kyrie. Wherever he goes, it's gonna be some issues.
Yeah.
That man could be on Mars. It's gonna be some issues. He'd be the only person up there. It's still
Luka
gonna be
like,
issues.
hey, it's either me or him.
You know what I mean? So I just think that whole thing is gonna explode. Honestly, I just don't see it working.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna work. I think that sleeper team could be New Orleans if they're able to put everything together.
If your boy is able to stay healthy,
Yeah,
they're getting
Zion
in there.
can stay
if
healthy.
Zion stays healthy, they're getting in there.
They'll be trouble. They'll be tough to deal with. All right. One of your disappointing teams, a team that you feel could be a disappointment. Start with the West.
Oh, man. Sacramento could actually be a disappointment if they don't.
For real?
I think they could be. They're such a young team. I feel like they could go on the West is so loaded out there. They could slide. They could slide real quick. I mean, any team out in the West could slide real quick if they
Right.
lose a few games here or there.
You know who I think could be a disappointment? It doesn't mean they won't be good, but could be a disappointment.
Phoenix? Yeah.
I think they could.
Yeah.
They could. I think they could.
Yeah.
They have such a high ceiling and such high expectations that if they win 47 games, people
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It might be a little bit of a disappointment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know,
I mean, Sacramento. Where do you pick from?
You know, who could be a disappointment in the East? I'm going to tell you, I'm not saying they will be, but Boston could be a disappointment. I know they chose to be the number one team in the league, according to ESPN. But the reason why I say they could be a disappointment because they took away a lot of the heart of their team with, the Grant Williams, Robert Williams, and Marcus Smart. They took away a lot of the heart. You know what I mean? Now, they did get a leader with Drew Holiday, but, they're not as soft. They don't have as much depth.
Mm-hmm.
I think they could be really, 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 really good because they have a lot of pieces. But on some level, they could be a disappointment.
You know who I think could be a disappointment?
Who?
And they'll still be a good team, Milwaukee.
You think so?
I think it's going to take a minute for them to get it together.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to cost them some really important games that they need to win.
Yeah.
I think if they're not the number one I think they're not number one because I think more people think Milwaukee is going to be better than Boston. If they're not number one in the East or playing for a championship this season, that's a disappointment. Even if they make it all the way to the finals.
Yeah. That's going to be a disappointment because they expect to be there.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you a team that in a lot of people's eyes is for sure going to be a disappointment.
76ers?
The Knicks.
Oh.
Because Knicks fans are crazy.
Yeah.
The Knicks can win 57 games and someone's going to say, oh, man, they suck.
They should have won 60.
I'm telling you, I already had somebody I already had somebody. I was watching the show. My man Jay Boogie.
Mhm.
He was like, championship or bust. I was like, whoa, wait a minute, hold up. What we doing right here, Jay Boogie? What we talking about? Championship or bust.
He act like they just lost in the championship
You know
game.
what I'm saying? And you know, this how it goes with Knicks fans. So somewhere along the way, there's gonna be some Knicks fans disappointed, no matter what the Knicks do.
Best record in 22 years.
Listen, last season, you know, best record they had in a decade. First time making it out the first round in a decade. Oh man, this team, man, they should have been man. I mean, they had a chance to go to the Eastern Conference Finals, but people was mad. Like, this team's sorry. I hate Tom Thibodeau. Trade him. Get Randall out of here. Boom, boom, boom. Some people was even hating on Brunson. I'm like, dude just got here. Average 24 a game. What we doing right now?
Yeah. I've watched.
That's Knicks fans. That's Knicks fans.
I was watching some of your podcasts and I was watching the comments like y'all trying to blow the team up before the season ends. Like, give them a
there was a Spaces today, Twitter Spaces, X Spaces, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Right? We haven't got to game 1. We're barely out of preseason. And the title of the Spaces was the truth about what the Knicks are going to do at the trade deadline. I'm like, what we doing right now? Like, what we doing? What, for real? We talk about the trade deadline already?
Ain't nobody had a chance to even prove themselves yet.
That's Knicks fans for you. I love my Knicks fans, though. That's why tomorrow, you know what I'm saying, I'm at Legends in New York we're doing a little live podcast. Probably have 10, 15, 20 people there. Small, little, quaint, little get-together. You know what I'm saying? You know, having a good time. Kick off the Knicks season.
Yeah.
You know, the right way. And then I'll be back up on the 25th for the opening night and then back up on November 1st for the Knicks versus the Cavs.
That's a lot of riding.
Yeah, it's a lot.
No, you can't wait for that train.
I can't wait for that train, man. Get to the city in like 30 minutes.
Right.
Beautiful, beautiful. That's exactly what I need.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly what I need. My man Mega, you seen what he said? He said, make sure to let us know when the Wiz pod drops so we can show support.
Yeah.
Well, definitely,
Definitely will.
You know, I'll probably announce it on MBK too.
Oh.
So we can get a bunch of Knicks fans in there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Tear me to shreds.
Talking, yeah, you better be on point. Because they're going to be in there, man, he don't know what he talk about.
We're just going to win it all.
You better be on point. I'm trying to tell you. And Mega, January, whatever the date is in January, the Knicks and Wizards play.
Oh, yeah.
In D.C., and we're trying to get a group of Knicks fans, Wizards fans together so we can, go to the game. The Knicks fans are going to take over Capital One Arena like we do every year.
As usual, yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Hey, Megan, you said you're working abroad. Okay, that's what's up, though. Working abroad. Be safe abroad. Please, be safe.
Yeah.
Be safe over there. But that's what's up, though. That's what's up. Working abroad. But, yeah, the Knicks going to come down, take over Capital One Arena. We're going to do a Knicks podcast inside Capital One Arena.
I don't know if the Wizards surprise everybody and win more than 15 games by that time.
The Knicks fans will still be taking over Capital One Arena. I don't care how good the Wizards are. The Knicks fans always come and take over. Always. I mean, you get old when the Wizards came, when the Knicks came and Obi was playing for the Knicks, you got Obi chants.
That's because y'all New York people all be trying to take over stuff. Like,
take it over. Take it over. I had my NBK crew outside. We were out there yelling.
Oh, I remember.
People was across the street taking video. Like, dang, the Knicks fans crazy over there.
Right.
Yeah, we taking over cities.
Right.
And the Wizards, the thing is, there's not a lot of like Wizards fans aren't like die hard. You got to create that. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna have to get it.
You gotta create that.
get Wiz Nation up.
You gotta do something because right now they just be.
I gotta get these folks excited about something.
Now, if it was the Commanders, they go crazy.
That stadium still gets taken over.
What about Cowboys fans?
Eagles fans? Oh my God. Go to a Philly and Washington game out in Washington. It's nothing but Eagles fans.
Yeah.
Giant Eagles banners all over the place.
I guess you got to create that Wiz Nation.
Yeah.
Make it happen. I tried to buy tickets one year, group tickets for the Wizards, and the guy, I told him nothing but Knicks, boom, boom. He said, we can't sell you tickets. So why not? He said, because there was one game where a Philadelphia 76ers fan group came down and bought like 150 seats. Right. And they were out cheering all the Wizards fans. And they said, no, we can't do that no more. But I don't think they're doing that. I think they're
you better go make some money.
Yeah, I think they'll sell the tickets now. You know what I mean? But yeah. Mike is looking hella forward to watching Kuzma's zesty haircut. Yeah, did you see he got the lips in his head?
Yeah, I was confused on that. When I was like, what is that red mark in the back of his head?
Oh no. Kenyon Martin had lips on his neck.
Yeah, but that's Kenyon Martin.
I mean,
who's saying too much to him when he was in the league?
Yeah, that's true.
Because he might punch you in your throat.
That's true. He had that little tick. He just right, the little tick and pop.
Exactly. Ain't nobody saying nothing to him.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we really came out here to talk about ESPN's trashy, terrible,
horrible, ridiculous,
whatever they call rankings or whatever they call them,
power rankings
or whatever
2023-24 season.
Not good. I don't understand where they come up with it. But obviously we went into a bunch of different directions. Projections, that's what they called it. The Celtics number 1, Milwaukee number 2, Philadelphia number 3, Cleveland number 4. This is the league, ladies and gentlemen. Denver 5, Golden State 6, Clippers 7, Lakers 8, Miami 9, Minnesota 10, Atlanta 11, Sacramento 12, Phoenix 13th in the league. Memphis 14, New Orleans 15, Brooklyn over the Knicks. I'll stop there because you already know they bugging out. Brooklyn over the Knicks. They lost it. They lost it. They do stuff like that for Knicks for clicks. Knicks for clicks. You know what I'm saying? Knicks for clicks. He probably did. He probably did. He probably did. Said, don't let Mike fool you, Sim. He low-key already made his appointment with a hairstylist. Yeah, he probably come, we practice, we coach together. He'll probably come in with blonde hair tomorrow to practice.
Looking like Kuzma out there?
Yeah, except you don't got long hair.
Right.
But anyway, we're out of here. Mega, appreciate you for joining in.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Don't worry, we're going to get this chat popping. It's going to happen. Trust me. It's going to happen. Chat's going to be popping soon enough. But any last things you want to say before we get up out of here?
I just want to say lips to the hair. Let's go.
That didn't sound good.
Wizards. I was trying to.
That's a big pause. That's a big pause. That's a big pause. We don't even want to go with that one.
Right.
That's a big pause. Anyway,
I want to be like Kuzma when I grow up.
We out of here, ladies. I'm out on that one. I got to leave out the office. Hurry up and run. I'm out. Peace.